Hello. Today I am joined by the beautiful Stacey Foat, and she is a naturopath. And today we are going to chat all things enemas. So thank you very much for joining us, Stace.
Oh, well, thank you for having me and allowing me to talk about one of my most favourite topics ever.
That's awesome. Well, I would love for you to share some wisdom on what the benefits are of enemas in a holistic health program.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you because, like I said, these are so overlooked in terms of the profound effect that they can have on our health. I know a lot of people, first reaction is kind of like, oh, what do you want me to do? Why would I do that? But if we look at the way the body works, if we look at the two core causes of disease, it's toxicity and nutritional depletion. The body is quite simple, break it down, and enemas is a really effective way to help the body eliminate toxins more effectively, more efficiently, and it really does have a profound effect on every organ in your body, every system within your body. So it really is a holistic approach to health.
Awesome.
So I guess in terms of how they actually work is, as a general rule, and excuse me for being crass, but for the most of the time, society is just full of shit, and it's what's making us sick. We're so full of shit, and it's creating toxicity, and it's burdening our livers, it's burdening our organs, it's making us acidic, it's making just general congestion through there. It's affecting our gut microbiome. We know that our gut microbiome communicates directly with our brain signaling, our cell signaling. And I could go on. Hormone health for women, it's a huge factor. We produce something like 80% of our beneficial bacteria is produced in the colon, and that's also the site where we metabolize and recycle estrogens. So if we hadn't had that good environment happening down in that colon bowel region, hormones are going, completely out of whack. So it really does have a huge effect on even your metabolism and weight loss, immunity, anti-aging. There's all sorts of different specific ones that I can share with you guys.
Wow. Yeah, well, I have known from talking to you about the benefits of it, and I regularly do them myself, but I didn't realize how profound an effect it has on your whole body system, really.
Absolutely. And that's why I'm shouting from the rooftops,
Yes.
everyone should be doing this. And I love watching people's reactions when I talk about it too, because they're kind of like, oh, what? But they are, honestly, I see it, and this is because I'm all about being healthy, having fun, Balance Babes is my business. So to me, they're like your get out of jail free card too. You can, enjoy your favorite chocolate dish or whatever, or your wines with your girlfriends or whatever. But it's about coming in and cleaning up the mess afterwards, right? And that's how we keep the body balanced. It's a correct balance of putting equally good things into our body, and then, mopping up and restoring where we do indulge and enjoy a little bit. So for me, it's like it allows me to enjoy life. I know that my weight hasn't changed since I started doing enemas. That's not true. I lost 4 kilos when I first started doing enemas, and I didn't really think I had 4 kilos to lose, but I was able to find my really healthy metabolic balance.
Yeah.
Because when we're toxic, we are putting a lot of load on our liver. Our liver is our major fat burning organ, but if our liver is so preoccupied just trying to protect us from immediate dangers in terms of toxins that are going to cause immediate effect on our vital organs, it's kind of like what it'll do is your body will deliberately store as many toxins as possible in fat cells. So we're overloaded with toxins, your body's going to store fat. If we can get rid of the toxins, the body doesn't have the need to store the fat to house it in. So it really does play a profound effect in maintaining and managing your weight as well, which is why a lot of people will start them and become very quickly addicted to them, in a good sense, not in a bad sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And so how does it affect your gut microbiome?
So with your gut microbiome, one of the most important things with that is the environment that we have. So it's all well and good people going and putting themselves on probiotics, but if you don't have a home that these guys can thrive in and replicate in and reproduce in, they're going to get knocked out. Now, good bacteria gets knocked out when we're stressed, when we're taking different medications, when we're taking the oral contraceptive pill, when drinking alcohol, when eating refined sugar. The list goes on and on. There's a lot of things for these beneficial bacteria to contend with. So you need to create an environment that's really conducive, that allows them to thrive. And if you've got excess toxicity in there, and if you've got excess congestion through the colon in the form of excess mucoid plaque, so to expand on that, every single time you ingest something that's a bit irritative, your body will deliberately secrete a bit of mucus to line itself and protect itself. Of course, this mucus builds up over time. It becomes hardened, thickened, becomes this rubbery mucoid plaque, which is the perfect breeding ground for parasites and bad bacteria.
Yeah.
You then might start to experience things like bloating, excess gas, feeling heavy, brain fog, low energy, those sorts of things. And a lot of people, I mean, probiotics are one of the most self-prescribed supplements. So people go on well-meaningly, grab themselves on a probiotic, but it's pretty much like throwing, you know, a child in the boxing ring with a heavyweight boxer. They have no chance against bad bacteria. So if you want to create an environment where the beneficial guys can thrive, you've got to get the bad stuff out. So you've got to take the bad guys home out, and that's that excess mucus congestion. The average person has 2 kilos of undigested crap and mucoid plaque in their colon. 2 kilos.
That's amazing.
So if we can be cleaning that out on a regular, I'm an advocate for daily enemas. Some people don't have that space in their lifestyle, but it's beneficial. You're just maintaining a really clean environment. Our bowel wall is permeable.
Yeah.
So what that means is that anything that's inside the colon, the bowel, is interchanging with our bloodstream all the time. So we're constantly polluting our body with all this toxicity. So an enema is just a really effective way to just keep gently cleansing safely, I must say too. It's very safe, and you can do things as simple as water flushes just to help you along. And a lot of people find that they'll have a bowel motion and they'll go and do a water enema and they'll be like, whoa, where did all that come from? Like, I thought I just emptied my bowels. It just goes to show, you know, we've got meters of intestines there. So there's a lot of room for a lot of crap up there.
Yeah, that's amazing. So it ties in really well then with, you know, any sort of a gut health, you know, and gut repair program. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so can you tell me a few of the different types of enemas that
Absolutely. So one of the most common ones that you've probably all heard of before is the coffee enemas. And coffee enemas are a bit more of a hardcore approach. I am for them, but I would probably only personally do one a week. It's not something you do regularly. So they are going to basically induce severe detoxification. So what the coffee does is it actually opens up the bile ducts of the liver. So the liver can basically dump a whole lot of congestion and toxins out very, very quickly. Coffee also stimulates the liver to produce glutathione, which is a potent antioxidant, so really great anti-aging as well. So great to boost the immune system and great to, you know, for women for anti-aging and men as well. But so that's why coffee enemas are very popular. They've also been, you know, made famous through the Gerson therapy, so great for cancer treatment and stuff like that. But it is an intense detox. So when we're detoxing, in order for your body to eliminate a toxin, it pretty much has to attach it to a vitamin or a mineral in order to drag it out. So you do deplete yourself nutritionally if you're doing coffee enemas really, really regularly. So that's why it's important to follow them up with, you know, adrenal restorative, good nutritional, healthy diet, you know, a cold pressed juice afterwards and stuff like that. If you want a more gentle approach, and you could have like this an irritated bowel, inflamed bowel, people with inflammatory bowel disease, you can utilize things like aloe vera juice, chamomile tea, which has been called turmeric enemas. So they're more gentle, just having more of a local effect on healing and repairing the bowel. They'll also move through that congestion on the side walls of the colon as well and have that effect. You can do garlic enemas if you've got parasites. At the end of the day, anything that's therapeutic and good for you, you can whack it up there. Essentially, like there's no anything that you would eat, you could apply. And it's the same goes, you know, like anything you're putting in your body should have a therapeutic effect on your body. So that's the main thing. A lot of people will do just plain water ones, and that's not going to have a therapeutic effect in the sense of it healing anything, but it's going to keep flushing out that colon, which is going to have all those other vast benefits we talked about just by purely removing congestion from your colon.
Fantastic. And what about green tea?
Green tea is a great one. I do a lot of green tea. It's a great antioxidant. Also upregulates the liver pathway, so you get a detoxification reaction on that one as well. Yeah. Not quite as significant as a coffee enema, but it's still really, really good, and I'll probably do a couple of those a week. Lemon juice is the other really great liver supporting one as well.
Fantastic. And so what, you know, why is it so important to support our liver?
Well, our liver is, you know, our livers, we don't talk about our liver a lot, but if we didn't have a liver, we'd be in a lot of trouble. It's like, you know, we take our cars to the mechanics to get serviced, and what is the first thing they do? Change the filters. And it's the same with our body. It's filtering out toxins from our body. And 2 causes of disease, like I said, when you're nutritionally depleted, when you're too toxic that your cells are essentially drowning in toxins and they can't do what they're meant to do. So if you make 2 things your health priority, it's to flood your body with nutrition and cleanse. You know, there's a million ways to cleanse, and enemas is just actually a really quick, easy, cheap safe way to just continue that. So the liver plays such a vast role in storing fat-soluble vitamins, balancing our hormones, protecting our bodies from infections, regulating, maintaining cholesterol, supporting digestive secretions. You know, the list goes on and on. It's a huge underrated organ.
Yes, yeah. And so you mentioned earlier about frequency, but how often should somebody do an enema?
You know, if you're new to it, if you start doing it once a week, that's going to be a massive benefit to your life, just that alone. Okay. You know, I like to get people to create a bit of a ritual around their enema time. So, you know, you prepare your formula, whatever it is that you're going to do, which may take you 5-10 minutes. You know, you use it in the bag, and then also you're laying and relaxing for a minimum of sort of 15 minutes. So it kind of becomes this downtime. You can read a book, you can do some journaling, you can meditate. And so it's that excuse to not only do something physically for your body, but an excuse to sort of go, no, this is my time. I'm going to really, that self-care thing. Yeah. So you can make a ritual out of it. And so I would personally do them probably 6 days a week, and because it's part of my morning ritual. Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people sort of freak out and go, oh my God, but isn't that bad for you? Doesn't your bowel become lazy? Yes, if you're not doing them correctly, in terms of if you're using an enema to bring on a bowel motion, your bowel will become lazy for sure. But if you're getting up, having a normal bowel motion, then doing an enema, you know, you're not interrupting that peristaltic wave, that signal from the brain to the bowel.
Yeah, excellent. Very good. Yes.
Also, another thing you can use them for is, to hydrate yourself. So if you've got a migraine, you can put water, like good filtered water in there, and some magnesium powder, for example, and it's going to go in. So the beauty of administering, I guess, anally is that we don't have the digestive secretion, and the liver, basically we lose a lot of the therapeutic supplements that we take internally that bit. So yeah, if you're dehydrated, even pain relief, for turmeric one, it goes in very quickly and have a really rapid effect on the body quite quickly.
That's amazing. Yeah. So where do people get an enema kit?
Well, you can grab them off the Balance Babes website. They're $25 and they're reusable. So as long as you're washing them out after each use, that's going to last you and last you and last you. I do a travel one. I can actually probably show you guys one if you give me a second. Very simple. You can take them in your suitcase. They fold up very nicely. And, you know, I know for me personally, when I'm traveling and I'm out of my normal routine, eating different foods, going to different bathrooms, staying with different people, that's one thing that can, you know, affect my flow. So for me, I would never, ever travel without my enema kit. And, you know, in terms of if you look at my transformation, yes, there's been weight loss, but skin, you know, I used to suffer with really chronic eczema and cystic acne also at one point in my life. And I don't have any issues with my skin anymore because I believe in my regular use of clearing toxins out. Yeah,
that's fantastic. And so how do you clean your enema kit?
So depending on what you've used it for, I generally only rinse it with warm water, but once a week I will let it just hang up in the shower, soaking with some tea tree oil in it.
Oh yeah, very good.
It doesn't have to be a huge thing. Some people may prefer to put any antimicrobial thing in there is going to be beneficial. So tea tree oil, you use lots of different things.
Yeah, awesome. Very good. That's great. Have you got anything else that you would like to share about enemas? Or have we pretty much
well, look, I probably have. You know, the only other thing that I'm a big advocate for is colon cleansing in general. So enemas are a great maintenance thing that we can do, you know, cheaply, it's safe at home. Doing a colon cleanse program once, twice a year is going to be something that's going to amplify everything I've just talked about because it's cleansing the body, you know, for your weight loss, for your skin, for your hormones. So awesome. Yeah, that's always a good thing. And I have a free colon cleanse protocol you can check out on the website as well. So these sorts of little things, if we can share these things with the world, people can take more control over their health and health prevention.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think for me, what this whole, you know, thing is about giving people back their power over their health. Absolutely. And, you know, being able to activate their body's own innate ability to heal. And
absolutely. Love that. You've nailed it. Yeah, absolutely. And it's just even the peace of mind, like the amount of women that I work with, and men who they've had chronic bloating and congestion, they're feeling heavy, they feel like I wake up, they're always bloated, and they sort of freak out the idea of it. But once they start them, and then they'll be like, oh my God, like I feel normal again. I have a flat stomach. I'm not constantly worrying about gas and bloating. It just regulates the system again. So it really does change people's ability to socialize and feel comfortable in their body as well.
Yeah. Yeah, fantastic. That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing.
My pleasure. Thank
Yes.
you. I am an oversharer when it comes to these sorts of things. So I hope we didn't break too many people out.
No, it's awesome. It's very good. So if you would like to get an enema kit, head to Balance Babes, and you can also check out Stacey's colon cleanse program there as well. Thank you very much for joining me, Stacey, and stay tuned for the next interview to come. Ciao for now.